Howdy everyone, welcome back to the channel. Alrighty, so I explained last video that off camera I would be um, doing some I can't masking of a couple of parts here, which I did. So I masked up both in the cells here. This will be seen from the inside, seen from kind of the inside of the nacelle area. The other part will be seen from the outside. So I did that. I got another piece kind of sprayed up a little bit. Just need to do some patchwork on it. I've got it's completed there. The saucer. I forget what it's called. I just watched a video on someone called it the correct name, and now I forget it. But the radar dish here is complete. I've got this guy right here, which goes straight through that. That needs to be painted up a little bit more. So does the inner Broussard collector piece needs to be painted up. So that's 4 pieces I have left. So we're almost there. So yeah, I picked up some new tools this week. I think it was last week. Picked up some more of these guys. I picked up 2 of them. So we'll just take that off. So again, when you pinch it, it opens up. So I like these tools a lot. And the bigger the clamp, it grips things a lot easier. It's not the small one that I've got, but I like it bigger. That way it creates more force around part you need to clamp. And that helps. So I should be able to do it pretty easily around these 2, maybe. Actually, I will be. Actually, yeah. It'll clamp around those 2 pretty easily. So it's not too many parts left to glue. I mean, to paint up and everything. So gluing is the easy part. It's the painting that's going to be a long one. I need to pull off some of that maybe. So hopefully all you guys are doing well in your respective states and whatnot, counties. Here in Minnesota, we actually just got a bunch of rain yesterday, today. Who knows about tomorrow? But I'm thankful for it. Farmers are definitely thankful for it as well. The other thing I did not too long ago is after I masked this nacelle, it was the first one I got done because I had to go back and do a bit respray painting it up to there because that's where the gray paint had to actually end instead of down further at the bottom. So I repainted this with the clear orange. Looks a little bit more shinier. So I'm just gonna be doing. Where is it? Why am I losing the pliers? There we go. That'll be hidden. But yes, I've got a couple more parts to repaint, to paint up just a little bit more. Just put it right there. Okay. Won't be that hard. Also, I do want to paint the bottom section here because on the box it showed there's spots where it is painted a little bit gray. Where's the box? Well, that's odd. Put it out right here. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm just going to pull it closer to me. So here, if you notice, right up in here, that's a different color. So I bet you that it's the same. And if you look at the box, it's pretty much the exact same color what is painted here on the nacelle. You can see it. Let's turn it around. So in the picture, the color is shown as the same as this. So I believe. Who's Tamiya's? I think it's a medium gray. Let's take a look here. That is colors That's color C. One right there, color C. Yep, medium gray. So that'll be pretty easy to do. And then those other pieces are painted J, silver. Put that right here. Oh, silver. Okay, let's grab this brush and that brush here. My finer pointed one's going to be used in a couple of different areas. So we got medium gray. We got silver. Where'd I have my silver? I wasn't using that. I seriously losing all my paints. I'm just losing my mind. Is this my paint? There we go. Always shake your paints up. Okay, move those tools out of the way. There's the second one. Okay. I shouldn't do it for that. Oh my goodness. Oh, golly. They get... that's what happens sometimes. That's what happens when you leave them like that for a while. They get trying to unscrew them. That's when it becomes a pain in the hind end. All I do. Sometimes all you just need is a light coating. Just gotta be careful about when the light coating becomes a bit of a pit right there. So. Okay. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, I think those two pieces are good. Okay. Trying to figure out where to set down. Alright, that's that. So we can clean that off. Now one part I will use those two clamps on will be for the pylons for the nacelles. Since they're both of equal size and equal strength, it'll help it keep everything together. It's a bit what basically this liquid cement does. And I know some people prefer the Tamiya's liquid cement. Basically what the liquid cement will do, whatever kind you want to get, is that it's like a welder. It's like welding in a sense. It melts the plastic and the paint as well. If you got paint on there, is that it'll melt whatever stuff is on there. And then when it dries, it creates a bond, a strong bond. Too strong sometimes. So that's that. So that's why I like liquid cement. I always kind of stuck it out with the putty, with the glue, other glue type. Be like a putty of sorts, but it got messy a lot of times. Even with this stuff, it's got a big brush, as you can kind of see there. Let's see if I can turn it here. It's got a really big brush in there. I know Tamiya's cement has a really fine brush, about as fine as that. So you can kind of see it. It's about as fine as that kind of brush. So if you ever need something a little bit finer than that, Tamiya's got that covered for you. Okay, so those two are drying up. Those are done. I've got one more nacelle. I believe it's also that color as well. Right? C. Yeah. So I've got basically 3 pieces to paint up. That's done. That's done. And then we can glue them all together. It did come across in my mind to glue these end caps together for the rear end of the nacelle, but it's like, not right now. Probably do it on video, because I kind of like to do this on video, a bunch of this stuff. But some things, such as the masking of the second nacelle, if it becomes a chore, I will do it off screen. But I guess I like to take people through a kind of journey, if you will, just kind of making these models as I go. So, figure we'll just go with the Enterprise here. Let's see here. Maybe I can turn. See if I can point it down. Oh yeah, that'll work. Now, if you've got glasses, take them off. I recommend you take them off just because it's easier like that. Come on. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure. Now, I can always... Maybe I can spray paint over, but... No. Maybe they'll add more detail. Again, I'm just kind of going off what the box shows. So. Who knows? Maybe this is part of it. Maybe it isn't. Hopefully these videos don't become a chore to you guys to watch. Maybe you like to use it as background noise. So I like to say thank you for those of you who do come and watch my long videos. So it means a lot that someone is watching out there, that someone enjoys this, or maybe even if it's background noise. That I want to thank you guys. So however you like to watch it, I thank you. I thank you for being able to be on that playlist of yours, whether it be a watch later or on a playlist that says background noise. Thank you. So I know there are people who enjoy making. There are a lot of people who enjoy making YouTube videos, and even some call it their job, their primary job, or their second job. And even if money does come with it, it's a byproduct of this, of making YouTube. Money is a byproduct. I have talked about my faith a little bit, and I was just watching a video. I can't remember. He's on Instagram. I think his first name is Asher Arwin. I think it's Arwin. Asher Arwin. He's on Instagram, and and a lot of his short form content, a lot of his reels, I really like. And one of his videos he actually put out today, he talked about money. And he talked about, before he came to Christ, that he was making all this money, is that what used to be a passion, he now saw people as just dollar signs. And that's honestly kind of sad. How sometimes is that these things can be turned into idols, in a sense. I can't remember what Bible verse it was, but it said, the love of money is the root of all evil. And that says a lot. And after watching that, I asked God that He would that that money would not be at the forefront of everything. That He would be at the forefront, because that's one of the things that I don't. Not that money isn't bad. It's just how we view it. How we will we become a slave to it, or will we? I like to see, for me, money as a tool for us to use, and how we use it in our Christian lives is ultimately up to us. Whether we use it to better our lives as Christians. Say, if you want to fix up your house, you want to fix up your house. You want to fix a car, you fix a car. And that's all from God. That's all from Him. Yes, the money is ours, but ultimately, it's all belongs to Him. I hope this doesn't turn into like a sermon or something. Not that I'm trying to push on. Never, never. I don't want to push on to anybody. But it's more of just like, if you guys are out there and your job sucks, it's like, I'm sorry, it does. I truly am. I have been a job. I had my first job. I really liked it. I did. But at the end there, it just kind of sucked. It just, it just, it just kind of got boring. I think I don't know. The only thing I can try to chop it to is that there was no fun in it, and there may be people out there saying it's like a job's not supposed to be fun. It's like, maybe it's supposed to be fun, but sometimes maybe the job isn't supposed to be fun. It's maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. But for me, yes, we have a responsibility when it comes to our job, but I think we could try to make it fun. So, I hope for all of you out there who are struggling. Uh, my first, my first instinct always, I'm, I'm kind of coming to that realization. If y'all ever watched a movie called Facing the Giants, it's not one of those big blockbuster movies, but it's an older movie. It's like made back in the early 2000s, I think. Oh, this paint is always sticking right there. But and it's kind of in the title, Facing the Giants. And I don't want to spoil it, but the key takeaway is that God can do the impossible, even when it feels like there's nothing left. Like, He can do, like, even there there is nothing impossible for God to do. And one of the one of my favorite lines, he says, Coach Taylor in the movie. He says that if we win, we praise Him, and if we lose, we praise Him. And one of the things he also mentions that he talks about your attitude is like the aroma of your heart, and if your attitude stinks, it means your heart's not right. And that's pretty clear. And that was a good scene when that line comes in. I don't want to spoil the movie for any of you, but I highly recommend you go and watch that. And even though they're old movies, I think the message in that movie is relevant to today. And not only that movie, but also another movie called Courageous. Again, I am not going to spoil any of these movies for you, but Courageous and Facing the Giants. Those are the two movies I would recommend. And let's see, Flywheel. I'd have to go and watch that one again to kind of get something at it. Even though these movies are really, really old, I do believe there's something to be taken away from each of them. So I hope all you guys are doing okay out there. I hope you guys are doing good. Because we all have our tough days. We all have our tough times. And it sucks. It does. So, a lot of us, we try to keep busy. But with my job, certain tasks have to be done at a certain time. And for me, I don't like leaving things to be done the next day, so that's why I'm always trying to do things not quickly, but not to an extent where I'm doing it halfway and then leaving the rest. But what I am doing is I'm looking at it as like, okay, how does this look? It looks okay. So pardon me. Just give me a second. Oh, come on. Really? Okay. See if I can get it off. If I can get it off here. Dang it. See if I can scrape it off quickly. I should be able to, even if there's a few marks left on it. You know, that was one thing I also thought of. If any of you ever heard the name or the painter Bob Ross, is that when he always painted, is that one of the lines that mom and dad talked about him is that he always, like, whenever something happens, such as like that, it's like, oh, it's not a mistake, it's a happy accident. And when I thought about it that one time when looking at this one, I was like, happy accident. Happy accident. If you think you screw something up, like, let it be a happy accident. And that's the same with this. Happy accident. Like, it's your model. You build it however you want to. You use whatever paints you want. You use whatever method you want to use. And that's okay. It's a happy accident. So. So for me, this is... when I started this, when I started doing the videos, I mean, they were long. But then I think after this, what was it? I don't remember after which video, but somewhere along the line, I started reading my Bible a little bit more. I'm going through a second round of Romans. Because I think I do need a second round, maybe even a third round of Romans. And I said to myself, I told myself, and I said this to God. It's like I asked God that I would, I, I want. I don't know. It's been a long time since I thought about it since it happened, but I said that videos would only be made that if I read my Bible. And I tried to do that. I I wasn't the greatest at doing it, and sometimes I have done videos and I didn't even read my Bible. So I'm trying to keep up with it. It looks pretty good. It does look pretty good on camera. I may have to repaint the white on both ends. Yeah. So I got these two. I got this piece right here. It looks pretty good on like camera wise. Even though the camera's reversed, it looks pretty good. So just paint this up here. So let's get that there. Voyager, I think. I know the description of my channel reads, I build and I talk, but I think I might even do some reviews. I'll do some reviews for this little guy here as well. Because I really enjoy model making. I really do. It brings us. It brings a level of joy, happiness, and comfort. So we'll do some reviews of these guys here. Now, one thing I did do, you guys may be wondering, is like, why does he need more? Yeah, I bought new models. I'll definitely show it off in the video here. So I'll do it. I'll show it off here after I'm done painting these. Either after this piece or after the other piece, because the other piece is going to take a while to paint. I don't want to bore you guys out with just nonchalant, with just like nothing to talk about. And in the description of the last video, I did put in the other channels that I mentioned. So I tried doing it on my laptop. My laptop doesn't like it. Doesn't like me doing that, so I'm relegated to my phone. Yeah, the laptop's pretty old. I think 10 years old? No, it can't be 10 years old, but it's over 5 years old. So technology gets old and whatnot, so gotta find new ways to do this stuff. And plus, we have our phones at our disposal, and it makes it easier. I have kind of toyed around. I have toyed around just a little bit of the idea of like games, but I figured let's just stick with modeling right now. Maybe one day I'll branch off when I get a little bit better grasp on like when it comes to recording video game stuff. At this point, like, call this my infancy within YouTube. I'm an infant with YouTube. So, but I am learning. learning how to add channels to a description if you want people to check them out. That was something new. So, you learn something new every day. It's like at my job, I learned how to do lockout, tagout. That is where you lock out a pump if there's a problem with it, like a certain pump, like a certain gas type, or even an entire pump, and then you just record it in the book. You gotta record if it's just one gas type. You write it in. You specify, like, okay, what pump number, what kind of octane is it? It could be 87, 88, 91. So I learned that not too long ago. So that was interesting. And I'm always happy to learn something new. I mean, I'm always willing when it comes to the job. Like, I will learn. I will. Even with the job here, I'm going full time sometime here because they practically got me on the night shifts. So, and yeah, full time is 40-hour weeks. So, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put in the work. I hate it when my hand shakes. We're almost done with this guy. It's going pretty well. Now, one of the guys I put in the description, one of the channels I mentioned in the last video, all scale. Oh, I can't remember his. He's a scale guy. All Star Trek scale, I think. I forget the book. The book's right over there, right? But he's the one who talks about models, and he got a kit just not too long ago. Star Trek is a box full of a few Star Trek ships, for them actually, in the 1/2500th scale. And I'm going to discuss one of those models, actually two of them. I'm using information from his video, so not that I want to steal content or anything, but I'm just kind of. But if you want to go watch his, you'll get a better bit. You get better information than what I'm going to try to provide. So get that there. Yeah, we'll do it. Well, yeah, I think we will. How does this one go? That stays like that. Oh, I remember this part. This was such an annoying piece to try to do. I eat purple chip. Sorry. Probably not. I'm sorry. That was a good burp. Yeah. Manners, people will say, but then again, it's just me down here. I hate it when my hand starts going out on me just a little bit. What I like about these smaller brushes is that you can get those finer details. Like with this, I can just drag it. Let's see if I can get it up there. I can drag it right down the side there. That way I'm not having to like individual strokes. But it is hard when my hand is just jiggling. That's the only part I don't like, is when my hand starts to jiggle. Come on, let's get a little bit more paint on there. Get that out. Where did you come from? Okay, I think that's good on that part. And sometimes, if you're in the case with this piece, with this nacelle piece, if you get it just right, you can just put the brush there. And then just slide. That way it creates a nice line of paint along the area that you want. Oops. Got it. I did. Okay. Okay. We're almost there. Go. So hopefully the next video will have me. Maybe I'll do some gluing. I'll probably do some gluing, but I will show off the new models. That should do it. Okay. See what we're doing there. I apologize if I'm not talking as much as probably other YouTubers. I'm just when I get focused on something, I try not to talk too much. And I'm trying not to talk a lot at all. I do talk a little bit too much. You hear from people a little bit. So, at work, that is. So, let's. Happy mistake. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, honestly, doing this is definitely a lot faster than I hoped for. We're at 42 minutes and counting. About 43. So, it's those times, I guess. So, get this part done here, and I'll show you off the new models. New kit. All right, come on. Almost done here with this part. Couple of minutes. I am happy to see that this model is almost done. So, alright, for me, with all the models I've got, that's many videos for you guys to watch. And for me to be able to create more models, that's gonna be fun. Long? Probably. Fun? I think so. Yeah. So, now, regarding like music, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll just stick with the Star Trek playlist just because it's easy. Maybe I'll try some Halo music. I know I can't do any Halo 4 music because I've heard from one content creator, Installation 00, he used a Halo 4 music, and apparently part of that is I guess Sony had a hand in doing all that, some of that music. And of course, you're like, come on. Because Halo 4's music, some of the best music in the Halo franchise. I know all the Halo guys come out and scar me. It's like of the of those games. Like Halo 4 is definitely one of my favorites. It's that one person, Cobalt Tux, I believe his name was. He talked about Halo 4, and as a young kid, you don't understand it, but as you get older, and you like, say your 20s, let's go your 20s, because your 20s you're still learning, and you begin to understand what's going on. So it's a real so if I had to recommend, so obviously everyone has their favorite, like like it's kind of like with movies, like this one, yes, our favorite, but this one was the best one. Now, I'm not sure what people have their best one, but my favorite, I don't know what a best one is for me, but my favorite is definitely still Halo 4. So, behind the scenes content for those games is interesting to say the least. Halo, particularly Halo 2 and 3. Kind of the development scape behind it. Meeting deadlines, people having to come in and put the game together. It's an interesting thing for that game. So, we're almost done here. That'll work. Okay, we're done right there. Just gotta get this part. So it's looking pretty good. Hopefully you can tell the difference. I might have to flip the camera the other way to kind of show you guys. Let's just figure out how to hold this thing while painting it, I guess. Alright. So, almost done. You're almost done. I've started kind of going to a new model shop, kind of out the St. Paul area, right off of Lancaster, I believe it was. It is a little bit farther than Hub Hobbies, but it's got a much larger selection. I was talking to one gentleman there, and he said he recommends this place for people if they come there, or even he was saying that some people just come there for the models. And I saw their paint selection, I was like, holy cow. That paint selection is larger than Hub Hobbies. It's like 3 times the size, I would say. And it looks like it's got even more paints. Probably paints that I would need for my models that I wouldn't find at any other place except online. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. I hate this. Come on. So, I've been going out there a little bit more. Not to say that Hub Hobby is bad, but sometimes you just want to go and check out more stuff. Now, if you guys like ordering online, that is totally cool. I ordered online as well. What did I get from online? Did I? No, maybe. No, I did. I got my D50 from eBay. Don't do this to me. So, but when it comes to ordering online, sorry, had to pause it there for a second. But no offense to people who order online, but when it comes to models, I like to see the model boxes, and I'm sure everyone's the same. But maybe maybe you don't have a place next door for you guys. So, and if you guys do, oh, not that. Say like a Michaels or a Hobby Lobby, take advantage of it. But if you don't, I would say watch videos on the model that you really want to get. So, even if there are some videos of some kits that are really old, like the videos. This particular kit, I can find some videos that are from I think a year ago or even older, and they are a little bit grainy. So, no offense to them. So, if you find someone, even if the video is grainy, I would highly recommend it. Just find someone who has done them all. Find a YouTuber. Try to look around for another YouTuber who's probably got a recent update or recent, whose video is probably recent or something. Just, I would say, poke around on the internet first before buying online. I mean, I bought it because I had a D50. I wanted to build it. I didn't care what it was at the time, and I still don't. So it was a fun model to build. It took a long time. Took a long time for me to finally put it together. Just a lot of time needed for some things. Okay. That part is done. Alright. Let's stick that right there. Get out of here. Okay. We're just going to clean off our brush here. I think that's it for parts to paint. I believe that is it. So, we are almost done. Just going to clean off the brush here. I use testers, enamel, thinner, and brush cleaner. And this brush has lasted a while. I got this. I'll say. When did I switch? I got this one. I can't remember, but I got it months ago, sometime last year, I think. And I've used it on several. I've cleaned many paintbrushes. I've cleaned many paintbrushes. This stuff. So. Okay, there's that. Maybe I won't glue anything. Maybe a few parts tonight. We'll see. Alright. Point the camera back up. I'll take these guys here. Move these things around. kind of want to open the box right here. I kind of want to. I've already opened the box, but I kind of want to have it here. On top, I think. Sometimes I surprise myself about where I can and can't put it. Alright. I have this space. Hopefully the camera can see it all pretty well. Bring it, turn. I think that's right there. Alright. This guy. USS Enterprise model set. Not model kit, model set. I'm wondering if I want to... it should be fine. But we have the Annex 01, the TOS show Enterprise. We have the movie Enterprise. We have the Enterprise B, C, D, and E. Now, one thing I do like about this is that I will actually... let's turn the camera. I can get on the other side here. I'll get it on the other side here so I can see. Okay. There we go. I should do it. There we go. Here's a better look of it, how it looks out front. Alright. It says skill level 2, ages 10 to adult. AMT. Kind of looks... No, it's AMT. It was kind of look like Polar Lights boxing buds. Maybe that's how it is across all kits. Again, AMT. This one... Where's that dang thing? Okay, so we're gonna look at here. Come on. So it was made January 5th of 2022. That's usually there's some other. So it advertises other stuff on the box. There's 7 models. We'll turn it around here. All right. Let's see if I can turn this thing down just a little bit. I guess not. All right. So we have the ship's names. We have, again, Annex 01, Enterprise, the refit B, C, D, and E. And I believe these are their in-universe lengths in meters, I assume. Yeah, that's the only conclusion you can come to. We have their first appearance. We have the Annex 01, which appeared in September of 2001. Actually, that year's my birth year. I was actually born in December. The original series popped up in September of 1966. The motion picture in December of 1979. Generations, that would be... Okay, so again, so we've already covered these 3 right here. And the Enterprise B, the Great Experiment, it was called, except when the NX 2000 for the Excelsior class. So that was movie Star Trek Next Generations. That was the TNG movie, the first TNG movie in November of 1994. Star Trek Next Generation. That is the Enterprise C, the Ambassador class from yesterday's Enterprise. That was Season 3, Episode 15. That was first aired in February of 1990. Star Trek Next Generation. The big old Enterprise D. Or the fat one as it's called in Picard Season 3. That showed up in September of 1987. And we have First Contact. That would have been... Which one was that in? That was the second movie of the TNG movies. In November of 1996. So, that is all those models. And first appearance, the ship, we have the ship name. Here we go, back here. We have the ship name, the length, the first appearance, and the air date, when they first aired. I'll turn the camera around here. There. I'm going to open the box here. Probably should turn it around. Now these are in... Dang, that would be say. the 1/2500th scale. Pardon me. It's kind of getting a little loud. It kind of gets a little loud sometimes with that soundtrack in particular. I think that's from, I want to say, The Voyage Home. But all these models are in the 1/2500th scale. Which other one do I have? That's why it seems so similar. I have a 1/2500th scale. That's of the Enterprise D. I thought it was 1/1. I thought that Enterprise D that I had was a 1/1000 scale. That is not a 1/1000 scale. That is a 1/2500 scale. So I have two of them. But I thought that's why they're big. That's why, like that. It's about the size of my hand. It's bigger than my hand. That's the Enterprise D. We've got the manual. Very simple manual. Now this, look at that. That's my what this guy here. It's my Milwaukee knife. Let's get that there. Come on. Just be careful when you cut. There we go. So this is, I've already opened up the box. I haven't opened up any of these packages. And when I saw them, I was like, holy cow, these are small. These saucer sections are even smaller than, yeah, these are smaller than the Strange New Worlds one. The Strange New Worlds saucer is like an 8x8 tile. Flat tile. Now I'm going to pull this out. This is the TOS Enterprise. Now what I'm going to do now, there is a little bit of difference between like both saucer sections. Look at that. I put that up to that. That's smaller. This guy, this is the TOS Enterprise's show. That is small. This one is smaller than this guy. Now we move up. We put it up to there. Like, yeah, that guy is still even smaller, just a little bit bigger. Now, they're both of different sizes. But the motion picture one, or I should say the movie version of the Enterprise, is just a little bit bigger than show Enterprise. And now we've got the NX-01, which is about just a tiny bit bigger than the. This guy is a tad bit bigger than the TOS show one. So those are the three Enterprises, first three Enterprises. Let's see. Come on, you son of a gun. So, I mean, everything right here, all these models I have, it's all content, is all for you guys. It's like all of it is all content for you guys. Come on, why can't you? Why? Okay, I'm not gonna sit up there. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get TO'd. Enterprise B. A little bit bigger again. So it's just a little bit bigger than the movie Enterprise. We have the E, and then we have the C. Said it's molded in the correct colors. So those are some fun models there. I think what I probably would do is I would save the smaller ones, like the NX-01, the TOS, the motion picture, those kind of guys. The refit one. I think I'll save those ones for last. It's not in there. Where did my box top go? I'll save those. I think I'll save those ones, so I'll go like backwards, in a sense. Or maybe I'll just like, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. So, I have a lot of Star Trek models here, just sitting right here. But I gotta have content for you guys. A lot, like hundreds of videos for you guys. Maybe not hundreds of videos, but you get the point. You get it. But so I have a lot of things for you guys. That plane shouldn't take too long. The Charger shouldn't take too long. Now, the ones that are going to take a long time are the Dauntless both the Impalas and the Hudson Hornet. But I am happy to see that this model is almost done. And I think... Where are my tweezers? Here we go. I think I will put these two together. We'll bring the camera closer. Okay, I'm gonna pull this over here. I don't need any of my paintbrushes. Come here. So just stick those off to the side. Those are drying. So we have this guy. The pylons. Just trying to... Should be okay. Yeah, so... Okay. I mean, you could just leave them like that, but honestly, now. Let's take them out if I can. Just don't break anything. There we go. Oh, don't break anything. Okay, good. Just. Okay. When I put it in, I'm putting it in. Where's my glue thing? Right there. So what I'm going to do is this is the bottom piece. I'm just going to coat this entire area right here with just glue. I'll probably coat the bottom of this area too. It's just going to be coated in glue. I say screw it. Just put it in. Put it in. Got it. That one in. Shoot. In there. Crap. Like I said, the joys of glue and paint and all that. Okay, be careful. Okay. See that there. All right, where's my things here? Okay. Those are glued in with a bit of a mess on our hands. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes. Okay. Pylons are glued in. We have the end caps. My instructions. Okay. Just all you have to do is just look at your parts and see how it goes. Just see how it fits, I should say. Okay. Should be easy. glasses here. Okay, so the flat part goes up against the wall. Again. Son of a gun. This is what happens when you hold it too long. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. Advance. Okay. Okay. Let's put that right there. Drop that right in there. Drop some a little bit of glue in there. There we go. Okay, that should do it for that. Okay. That should do it for that. 1, 2. No, I think we will. Everything is done, practically drying. How long are we at? 1 hour, 13 minutes. Oh, joy. I'm trying not to go overboard on things. Alright, well, here's this. Let's see how it goes. Let's clip that. Let's see if we can nail that off. I'll put my knives in this container over here to kind of keep everything in place. Okay, it should be covered up. It'll be covered up, I think. Yeah. Just gonna take a itty bitty bit of glue. Well, actually, we'll just put it down the thing here. Start with this area first. Let's see how can we? Yeah, we'll start at the put glue at the base here. That way we won't have much trouble. Got it. Okay. Now we'll just put some around this bit. Okay, that'll do it. Okay. Easy. I'm trying not to break it. If I have to pull it up again, I will. I'll hollow out the area here. Modifications mid-gluing. What fun times they are. Got it. Here we go. Okay. That's that piece. We're almost there. Now, if I do have to go in and glue it again and paint it again, I will. So that piece is done. That part is done. That's getting done. I'm gonna stick some glue right in there. Yeah. So we are practically in the gluing stages. So we're almost done here. Alright. Well, I've got nothing else. Just take it. Sip it some Mountain Dew. Alright, well. The next video will have me slowly putting it together. Probably also painting up the white pieces here. The brush I use wasn't exactly the greatest, so now that I have a new brush, I can get some of those finer details in there. But all in all, it's looking really, really well. Really good. I may just leave it like that. I don't know, but it looks really, really good. Let's see here. Not that one. I always like to use this side here. So. And honestly, from the side, it looks really, really good. Now, hang on, I'll give you a second here. Hang on. You know, from the picture, it looks gold or copper. At least the color is telling you. So, I may just paint it up as a picture, or maybe I'll go look at reference photos. But on that note, folks, that is all for tonight. I hope y'all are having a wonderful week whenever you see this. Pray that I hope your jobs aren't sucking. I hope they don't stink at all. I hope you all are doing well. If y'all have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. If y'all want me to, we'll keep continuing. If there's something if you want me to change, or if you want to see a little bit more of something else, if you want me to change camera angles or something, put them in the comments. I'll try to incorporate that into next videos. But I do like doing this where I bend the camera down so you can see my workspace here, instead of the earlier videos that you saw me. All you saw was just my face. You didn't see the work. You didn't see the work that I was painting. You didn't see what I was painting. So I do like doing that. So that's pretty much that. Again, have any questions or comments or anything, comment down below, like and subscribe, and I hope y'all having a great week. Peace.